Hello, everybody. This is Jay Xavier Sports. Today, we're going to discuss NFL Week 8. I'm going to give you all the scores and the records and all the key players that made the impacts during the games. The first game we have here, Pittsburgh versus Detroit. That was the Sunday night football game. That was one of the games I happened to watch on Sunday. Pittsburgh won that game 20-15. Pittsburgh's now 6-2. Detroit's now 6-4. This is a very interesting game. It was a couple storylines heading into this game. Juju Smith-Schuster, he had 7 receptions for 193 yards and a touchdown. He was kind of the key player for this game. Martavis Bryant, as you know, he had problems with the coaches, and Mike Tomlin actually sat him for this game. Martavis Bryant actually tweeted about Juju Smith-Schuster, saying that he was better than him and that he deserved more playing time and more snaps. But actually, Martavis Bryant is second in the team in targets. So it was, really challenged on his part. And now you see, Smith-Schuster, obviously the Steelers were very aggressive with giving him the ball. So they definitely wanted to make a statement with that. So that was a good win for Pittsburgh. They're now 6-2, and they kind of taking hold of the AFC South. Or I'm sorry, this is the AFC in general. The AFC North. So now you go to the Dolphins and the Ravens. The Ravens win this game 40-0. They pretty much ran away with this game. The only storyline in this game really is that Joe Flacco was injured by a hit by Kiko Alonso. He got a penalty on the hit. It was kind of a big deal when it happened. It was always a big deal when quarterbacks get hit high in the head, stuff like that. But all in all, it was pretty much a blowout. The Dolphins, though, are still 4-3, and if the season was to end today, they'll be in the playoffs. So that's just how the NFL works sometimes. A couple highlights of that game: Jimmy Smith and C.J. Mosley had pick sixes each. The next game, the Vikings and the Browns. The Vikings won the game 33-16. The Browns are 0-8. They continue to lose. The Vikings are 6-2. They're kind of a surprise team somewhat. Case Keenum in this game had 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jarrett McKinnon had a pretty big day, 50 yards rushing, 72 yards receiving. Like I said, the Vikings, they've really had a good season so far this year. With Aaron Rodgers going down with an injury, that kind of propelled them, to be one of the best teams in the NFC. So, it's looking good so far for them. Next game, San Francisco versus the Philadelphia Eagles. San Francisco 49ers are now 0-8 as well. Philadelphia Eagles 7-1. They're definitely one of the best teams in the NFL. Period. Carson Wentz is probably going to be an MVP candidate coming down the stretch here. They got good receivers, Alshon Jeffries, and the Zach Ertz is tight end. So they got good players. So they're going to be a team that's going to be making a run for that Super Bowl. Next up here, we have Buffalo versus Oakland. Buffalo wins this game 34-14. It's pretty much a blowout as well. Buffalo's now 5-2. Oakland's 3-5. A very disappointing season so far for the Oakland Raiders. I don't know what's going on over there in Oakland, over there on the West Coast, but Derek Carr is supposed to be a lot better than he has this season, but I don't know for whatever reason it's just not working out. But in this game, you see LaShawn McCoy, 27 carries, 151 yards, and a touchdown. So a very good game for him, very good game for Buffalo. New England Patriots versus the Los Angeles Chargers. New England wins this game 21-13. New England goes 6-2 on the season. The Chargers are 3-5 on the season. New England, they had a little shaky start to begin with, but they're starting to be the New England Patriots that we all know. The Chargers, the Jaguars played them in a couple weeks, so this season played the Patriots pretty good. That's just another team we have to watch out for, even though they're 3-5 as it stands now. But in that game, it was pretty funny. I was watching that game as well. Travis Benjamin had a pretty awkward play in this game where he fielded the punt and he ran backwards into his own end zone and got tackled for a safety. So it was kind of a dumb play. You can't really give the Patriots too many opportunities to win games like that. So it's a good win for the Patriots. New Orleans Saints versus Chicago Bears. New Orleans wins this game 20-12. New Orleans goes 5-2 on the season. The Bears are 3-5 on the season. The Saints are quietly 5-2. Like I said, they're taking control of the NFC South, and now they've won 5 straight games. So after the 0-2 start, they're pretty much one of the hottest teams in the NFL. So they're another team to watch out for in the NFC. The Atlanta Falcons versus the New York Jets. The Atlanta Falcons win this game 25-20. This is pretty much a back and forth game all day. Matt Ryan looked really good in this game. He had to be real resilient in this game and win this game. So Atlanta moves to 4-3. The Jets move to 3-5. Carolina versus Tampa Bay. Carolina wins this game 17-3. They're now 5-3, and Tampa Bay is 2-5. Once again, another disappointing team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So many weapons on offense, but Jameis Winston just turns the ball over too much. So you can't really have that. But it's the second straight game where Carolina's defense has not allowed a touchdown. So Carolina is very scary defense. They just have to score points on offense with Cam Newton, things like that. So the next game here, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Redskins. The Redskins lose this game 19-33. Really, the Redskins shot themselves in the foot in this game. They had so many turnovers. Kirk Cousins really didn't look all that well. It was a bad weather game. It was raining all day. Ezekiel Elliott fumbled on the first carry of the game. So it was kind of back and forth, but Dallas kind of pulled away at the end. What kind of changed the game was a field goal attempt by the Redskins. They got blocked by Dallas. Got returned to the inside the 5-yard line. And pretty much gave Dallas the momentum the rest of the way there. The next game, Indianapolis Colts versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals win this game 24-23. Pretty much what sealed the game was Carlos Dunlap, the pick six at the end. But the Colts, man, they had plenty of chances to win this game, but they just couldn't do it. The Colts are now 2-5 on the season. The Bengals 3-4 on the season. I don't know if I told you the Dallas Cowboys record. They're 4-3. And the Redskins are 3-4. Now the last game, probably the best game of the day so far, the Houston Texans versus Seattle Seahawks. Seattle won this game 41-38. Houston's 3-4. Seattle's 5-2. Man, it's probably one of the best games of the whole season. Really, just Russell Wilson, career high 457 yards, four touchdowns. Deshaun Watson doesn't look like a rookie. He's playing out of his mind. He had 402 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did have 3 picks, but still a good day. Hopkins with 224 yards receiving, and Fuller with 120 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. But man, Russell Wilson was really resilient in this game. He answered every call Deshaun Watson had for him. He ended up throwing the game winner to Jimmy Graham. So yeah, it was a very exciting day in the NFL. A lot of big plays. Still looking forward to the Monday Night Football game. I'll post a video for that after that game's over. But just a quick talk about the Jaguars. I pretty much, enjoyed the bye week. You didn't really hear any bad news that came out. Nobody getting injured or anything like that. So we're gearing up for this last half of the season. We played the Cincinnati Bengals. I think we're favored by 4 points at home. So we should win this game. It came down to the wire with Cincinnati and Indianapolis, and we handle it. Indianapolis goes pretty well on the road, so hopefully we win this game. Like I said, I think I said 2014. We should win this game. So hope that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed all the analysis.